This guy, it's crazy. It's how the world turns. I know that was a soap opera a while ago. I don't know why I know that, but I just know that. As the world turns. But Josh Zwagel, our CEO and founder, give him a round of applause. And me, we traveled the world, and we would have slideshow presentations in Australia or Africa or Europe or America or Canada or whatever it was at. And we always use this term. You know what that term was? Documentation beats conversation. You guys heard that? I made $2 million using the term documentation beats conversation. And then Josh launched MyDailyChoice. 4 years after we launched MyDailyChoice, I'm at Josh's new office on Russell Road in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he says, you know our term documentation beats conversation? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, the guy that owns the trademark is sitting in the break room. I'm like, wait, that's trademarked? I thought I owned the trademark. He's like, no. There's a guy that's been using that. He's created over 50 millionaires in the United States alone. He hails out of Montana, and now he's a big part of MyDailyChoice. And I said, what? He said, come in here. Let me introduce you to Mr. Robert Hollis. And this is how humble Robert Hollis is. I met him in that break room that day in Las Vegas on Russell Road in the afternoon. And I walk in, and I said, are you the documentation beats conversation guy? He's like, yep. I said, have you really created all these millionaires in the network marketing space? He said, yes. And I said, my name's Chris Robinson. I'm honored to meet you. And you know what Robert Hollis said to me? He looked me in the face, and he said, I want to thank you. I said, for what? We just met. He said, for paving the way to the next billion-dollar network marketing company that's going to change 1,000 people's lives. Like, I've read his books, I've seen his YouTube. I'm like, I didn't even know he was in the company that day until Josh told me. And he was humble enough to shake my hand and tell me thank you. That's Robert Hollis. That's Terry Hollis. That's the Hollis organization, their legacy. So please stand up and welcome to the stage right now, Mr. Robert Hollis.
Woo! Love you, man. Woo! Wow, 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 wow. How's everybody doing? Man, I don't know how I can be any more excited, to be honest with you. I love you guys. So Terry and I have been in the company for a little over 4.5 years, and this is the only company that I've been involved with where every few months it feels like I'm launching another company. I no longer have to go from company to market something new. I just have to wait for Josh and Jenna to sit down. They just create it. Then I get to relaunch a whole new area. Are you guys pretty excited about what's going on? I was taught how to do this business. You know, I was dyslexic in school. And what was so funny is they didn't know how to diagnose it back then. So all they told me is, wow, you're special. And I was like, really? Everybody tells me I'm special. That's why I'm in a room with like only 6 other kids. That's why I get on the short bus. But my whole life I was told I was special. And I was so special that my parents didn't want anything to do with me. So I grew up in foster homes, and they had this weird thing where they all of a sudden, you know, every like 9 months, they didn't want me to get attached to the people that were taking care of me, so they would put me in another foster home and then another foster home. And so the one thing that I learned really early in life is don't get too tied to something because they're just going to abandon you anyway. So how's that for a good intro? Huh? So all of a sudden, I finally get around someone that said one nice thing to me, just one nice thing. They go, wow, you're really good with your hands. Did you fix that bicycle? Did you fix that mini bike? And I said, yeah. And they go, you should be a mechanic. Because one person said that Robert Hollis could do something. That's the career I chose. You got to understand, you got to tell people, man. You want to hear the most powerful words? Jefferson, I like you. I really like you, man. And I mean it. So for me to say that to Chris Robinson, why are we so scared to say what's really on our heart? Huh? Because a lot of us don't want to. And so I'm watching, man, can we give it up again for Josh and Jenna? My God. Josh Swagel is without a doubt the smartest frickin' person on the planet. And he's humble. He's just totally, totally humble. And every time I get around him, I see Damon. Man, Damon, you did just a great job, man. Wow. I got an acronym a long time ago about the word vision. Because we all know with a lack of vision, people perish. But what vision is vision inspires success in others now. When you get around people like Damon, when you get around people like Candace, if you don't have vision, they'll give it to you. They'll give it to you. They're great at painting this picture, and you're just like, oh my God, I think I see it. I think I see it. And then they're really good at doing what? Putting you in the picture. You got to get great at being able to paint a future picture for somebody. A lot of people call it dreamscaping. But the thing that got me into this industry is because I wasn't that sharp. I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. They were whipping through the presentation. My God, every time I see Candace Birds, when I heard she was doing the video, how would you guys like to have someone on your team where you promote her video more than she promotes it? I love promoting Candace and Javon so much as people go, well, how long have you been in Candace's business? And some of you want to do your own presentations. I'll let Candace do my presentation. You know who else is good at presentations? Josh and Jenna. I got involved in this company 4.5 years ago, and all I said to Josh and Jenna is I said, would you do a Zoom for me? And Josh said, what's a Zoom? And I said, this is a technology. I'll record it. When I recorded Josh and Jenna doing a video 4.5 years ago, I got that video seen 119,000 times. That's how I went to Super. Edifying and promoting somebody better than me and letting them watch them. Some of you are doing presentations way too early. You got to learn edification promotion first. And I know where our company is going. I'm more excited now than I've ever been. Because Ed Parker, is he in the room? Dan Stamen, I know he was here. Jefferson, I just got to know. But me and Ed and Dan Stamen are sitting together and we're looking at each other and going, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. I see Todd Falcone, dear friend of mine, knowing him forever. And Todd looks at me and we shake hands. I said, how's the family? He said, great. How's your family? And Todd looks at me. Another wave! Here comes another wave! And some of you in this room and some of you online are going to miss this one too. Yeah, you are. You're going to miss it again. You know why you're going to? Wow, that word why is freaking powerful. Really really powerful. Because I had mentors like Jeff Roberti, Jim Rohn, Larry Thompson. Man, they're not fun to be good mentors. Because you bring up any excuse to them, and they go, if I were you, Jefferson, I wouldn't take that class. That's not quite the answer to my question. Well, no, why does this work, and why does this happen? Oh, that's very interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Robert, I told you not to take that class. Some of you, because the world how many people have ever heard we become who we hang around? Unfortunately, a lot of us watch too much media, too much social media. And now everyone's masters at having an opinion and telling you why something won't work. I used to be that person until my mentor beat me up and said, Robert, it doesn't take any skill to find reasons why not to do something. Can you just find one reason why you should? Why should you? What is that one reason that you can tell everybody why you should do this? So all of a sudden I'm a mechanic and then I get hurt on the job. Anybody want to see how smart I am? A van was falling off a hoist, and my thought went, stuff it. I lost. It hyperextended my knee, totally ripped my whole knee up. And how many people, this is another word that someone said to me, a doctor. You know what the difference between a doctor and God is? God doesn't say he's a doctor. Okay? This doctor looked at me, and I had Bobby on my shirt, Toyota emblem. And he looks at me and he goes, are you a mechanic? And I said, yeah. And he goes, what's that patch stand for? I said, oh, I'm a master automotive technician. He goes, is that rare? And I said, less than 0.01% of people are masters. And he goes, that's really sad. I said, why? And he says, because you'll never be a mechanic again. Has anyone in the room ever had their identity stolen? I mean, I don't know anything else, but I'm a mechanic. You know, you really got an identity problem when you walk up to somebody and say, hey, you know, what do you do? And they go, I'm a mechanic. How many of you, if I asked you, hey, what do you do? You tell me your occupation. That's not you, man. That's not you. That's something you do. Why don't you ever say, well, what do you do, Robert? I'm a warrior for God. I feel like I'm a good husband because my wife taught me really good. She's still teaching me. How many people see me at the last convention? I went to the barber, and I just went, this stuff is bothering me. And she goes, what do you want to do? And I said, get rid of it. I came home, my hair was this long. On my whole head, I walked in, and Terry's like, and this is what she said to me. She said, don't ever cut your hair again. Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Todd sees me, what the heck, man? You know what? What's going on? Where's the beard? My wife doesn't like to make out with me. Any one of you do things for other people you love? That's who you are. I feel like I'm a pretty good father. When my sons say stuff to me like, you know, wow, my whole childhood, I heard about your childhood, and you didn't have a mom and dad, and you've always been here for me. I said, yeah, I do. I wanted to change something. I wanted to change that legacy. I want to change that chain. How many of you have had bad things happen to you? So what? Is that a reason why not to do stuff? No, that's a reason why to do something. I remember the first time internet came out. Guess what was the first thing I Googled on the internet? Do dyslexic people become successful? Oh my God! You ever heard of a company called LA Cellular? A lot of people haven't. One of the first cell companies in the world. And they turned around and sold to AT&T for like $8 billion. Both brothers were dyslexic. I started looking after people that had problems that I thought were problems, but they've found a way to not make them a problem. They all of a sudden look at their problems as superhero stuff. I'm going like, I'm dyslexic, it's one of my superpowers. I'm also HDAD, what is that? Yeah. You know, I'm talking to somebody and I'm going like, you know, anyway, the whole point is why. Oh my God, that's a nice shirt. Where'd you get that? If you notice people that are ADD, you know, that's called always dealing with distractions. But they'll get back to the story. You ever notice people that have, I watched him on, and I'm going like, where are you going? Is he going to finish that story? And he's over here, and is he going to finish that story? And then he's like a seasoned veteran comedian where he wraps all the stories back together. Man, you're an awesome speaker. And so when I met Chris Robinson, he might not know this about me, but one of my foster families, I was only one of 2 white people on a whole Indian reservation. Can you imagine that? I'm sure there's no certain races in here that all went to a place where everybody was not their color. I was like, wow, they give free uniforms, I get free shoes, I get free everything. I'm on an Indian reservation. And every time I showed up and said, hey, they go, are you a quarter Indian? And I said, excuse me? And they went, okay. What a great opportunity, man. And all of a sudden, I'm hanging around people, and Chum Ledoux, this guy made the biggest difference in my life than any one man. One of my foster. He owned champion livestock for bulls and horses. So I got to travel all of the United States taking bulls and horses to rodeos. And then I hear he messed up by going to a rodeo. Yeah, that's how I messed up my shoulder. It's like, listen, get on a 2,500-pound bull, wrap your arm in it, and then do the suicide knot. Put some resin on it, scoot up. Now what? Hang on! Man, I don't know why my shoulder hurts. Collagen. Are you guys having fun? I know I'm excited because my watch just said SOS. Are you okay? I fell. I did not fall. I'm talking to a bunch of excited freaking people. Where's that option? All right? All right. But the reason why, like I said when I met Chris Robinson, he doesn't know how much I related to him. Because I think Chris Robinson's special. How many of you need to take back your greatness and start thinking you're special? Because I don't know about you guys, but when I meet James and Angel, I meet Jefferson Santos, I have to pause to say their name because I just met them. And I feel like we're building a dream team. And some of you have not gotten to that place in your life where you got to have a reason why. And I'll share it with you. You guys want to hear my secret? My secret is very simply asking people to help me out. So now I got my leg. They're saying that I'm not going to be able to be a mechanic. And I would say that I was a believer, but not like a participating believer. You guys know what I'm talking about? And so I did one of those prayers where you make a deal. Any one of you guys ever did that? Man, things are rough. Things are rough. I don't know if you're really up there. But just in case you are, would you please help me? Please help me. Guide me to the right people that have ears to hear. Allow me to do the stuff to find the people that have lately been on their knees going, my God, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. Give me the words to say. Allow me to edify and promote other people that are better than me. And let them have ears to hear. How many people think that Candace Bird Davis is a pretty neat person? How many people have recently heard about a superstar called Stanisha Graham? Here's my secret. So Stanisha Graham and some of the people in TLC learned a lot of stuff from a guy named Fred Herzog. One of my very best friends of all time. We worked together forever. And all of a sudden, the company made some stupid decisions, like Damon said. This is my 19th company. Isn't that awesome? Damon says, yeah! Because we don't give up. Some of you are not going to believe this, but I dated only 2 girls in high school, and both of them did not see a future with me. I'm so sad. They're now my friends on Facebook, though. And my first wife came up to me one day and said, I don't want to be married to you anymore. And I said, well, I'm used to this abandonment thing. You're not taking my son. She goes, I don't want him. So now I'm a single father, and he's 18 months old. And then this incredible woman came and saved me. Terry Hollis. I love you. Because this person, you guys ever meet the right person and you're so damaged that you virtually do everything you can to destroy the relationship? Yeah, that's called sabotage. Stop it. Stop it! And so everything I tried to do to make sure that this woman that was just incredible wasn't the right one for me. And she never gave up on me. She's my best fan. She tricked me into MDC. Because I know some people that are in here, you guys got some big egos. EGO, edging God out. There's like you can't learn anything from anybody. And if you don't believe them, just ask them. They'll tell you, oh my God, I know everything. I don't need to listen to anybody. I got this. All right, cool. As soon as your volume drops, as soon as you fall out of qualifications of a position, can you ask for some help? Because you've heard a number of times up here that you got to take your game to a next level. I was talking to Dan Stamen. He goes, Robert, what do you do? I said, promote Josh. Well, how many weekly meetings do you do? I said, I don't. They're recorded. I promote Josh. Yeah, but how about your weekly trainings? Have you seen Josh and Jenna's videos? I've been in for 4.5 years. I still haven't done an opportunity presentation. Hey, I know some people will tell you that you should, but if Josh and Jenna wasn't so freaking good, I put people in front of them, they get in. Look, what do you want to screw up about this deal? Well, I think I should do the presentation. Tell me how that works for you. So I'm still promoting them. So don't be bummed out when you look at the new technology, you click on live stream, you see all these people doing presentations, and I'm not back there. Because I'm still promoting Josh and Jenna. It works for me. It also frees up a lot of my time. See, there's one thing I love about this industry is freedom. And I used to make people dependent on me. That's ego. Edging got out. Now I make people independent. Yeah. Now, if you got someone that does great presentations and everyone you put in front of them, the person buys product and then duplicates, then you got the representer. Why did everybody get quiet? If all of a sudden your group all tries to build a brand at the same time because they see you building a brand, so everyone's building a brand and they're not promoting and edifying a product or a company? So my wife tricked me. You guys glad she tricked me? How do I know this stuff? James, when I met James, man, it's like, hey, I'm going to be the next Eric Worre. You know, I'm going to build a brand, sell courses, do coaching, made a lot of money, spent even more. It's crazy. No residual, no nothing, building a brand. And my wife sees I'm unhappy. She sees me and my son's unhappy. And she finds out about this company called MDC, and she says, I think I'm going to do this. I said, really? And she said, could you do me a favor? I said, anything. She said, could you help me out? Could you help me build the business? What a great phrase. Where'd you ever hear that? So in closing, I just want you guys to know that I reached out to Sanisha Graham. 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And guess what Sanisha told me? No. I said, listen, my friend Fred died. If I can do a training and help you guys learn the things that I taught Fred, I'm here for you. Can you put some great women on the leaders on the line? She said, sure. Out of those 5 women, one of the women was Candace Bird Davis. Stanisha goes back to TLC. Candace comes to MDC. I love asking people, who do you know? It's the magic of what I do. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? And so why can't you talk to everyone you know, including people you've talked to before, friends and relatives, and just ask them to help you out? This is what I say. Hey, I was wondering if you could help me out. I'm helping a company expand. No, I'm not a brand and I'm the deal. No, I'm helping a company expand. That's what I do. Do you know of anyone right now that needs to make extra money? What is this? Why are you interested? Well, it depends on what it is. I go, this company is very unique. You actually can create a free account just like you did with Amazon, YouTube. Create a free account. I'll point and guide and direct you to the videos that you need to feel comfortable referring me to people. I help them create a free account, and then I put a bunch of people underneath them, and then I send them screenshots. Hey, I just put 8 people underneath you. What do you mean? I wasn't even thinking about doing this. That's okay. So I want you to find that one reason why. Stop looking at the things why you shouldn't do this business. Because in all the years of doing network marketing for 35 years, I've never seen the timing better in my entire life. Never. And so people talk about why companies like Apple were created. It's about timing. Because I told you I was in 19 companies, and 12 of those did not have good timing. They had the wrong leadership. They had the wrong ownership. They made stupid decisions. They didn't have vision like Josh did. Do you guys get it? Please, find that reason why. Get with the people that weren't here and say, you need to give me the one reason why you should do this. We can't miss this. Because this company is going to $1 billion. And they are going to create 1,000 super affiliates. And you don't want to be the person. You don't want to be the person that said, yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I was in there for a minute. I tried that. So in closing, I want to say this statement. What I believe this event will do for you, if it hasn't done it already, is it took something from you. This event, Josh, the speakers, they stole something from you that you can never, ever, ever get back. And you gave it to us freely. Not only of your time, but you'll never be able to say to any people ever again, I never had a shot to make a difference. I love you. Talk to you soon.